But I started thinking about that recently when Jeff started doing a discipleship class. My son is one of the members of his group, and as they got started and I talked to my son, it brought back memories of when I was going through a class like that. And I just felt the urging to be involved. So I talked to Jeff about it. And interestingly, Jeff started talking about in the messages in recent weeks about the fact that the church can grow exponentially when there is discipleship that happens. Young believers can come in, they can learn what it means to be a follower of Christ, they can really help develop their personal relationship with Christ, and do it in an environment that's very personal and very secure. And it really caught my attention when Jeff mentioned that in families where the father is a Christian, that there's over a 90% chance that the rest of the family will come along and become believers as well. So I was very interested and ready to get involved. Jeff had mentioned that we're either going to be trainers or we're going to be being trained, or that's where we should be in our spiritual journey. Many people, and the Apostle John talks about it in the Bible, that there are spiritual children, there are spiritual young adults, and there are spiritual adults. And I think that we can be assets and we can really help develop each other if we acknowledge where we are in our spiritual journey, and the Lord will lead us to do a certain thing. So if you're a young believer, and young doesn't necessarily mean you just accepted Christ yesterday. It means that maybe you accepted Christ 5 years ago, but you really haven't felt that you've grown in your spiritual journey and your relationship with Christ isn't where you want it to be. It may be right now that you want to be discipled and that you want to learn more about Christ and what following Christ means. It may be right now that the Holy Spirit is nudging you in that direction. On the other hand, you may be a spiritual adult and you've been a Christian for many years. You have wisdom and you have experiences that are tremendous that need to be passed on. So the Holy Spirit may be speaking to you right now saying, it's time to be involved. It's time to mentor the next generation, really lift up those new believers. So what I would encourage you right now to do is, if you feel the nudging of the Spirit right now to get involved, you can use your connection card and make a note in there, and the church will bring you alongside, will get you connected with someone, and you can take that next step right now. So I just don't let the busyness of the world, the noise that's all around you, if you're feeling that prompting of the Spirit right now, I encourage you to step forward with that. My next step is discipleship. What's yours?